We came out to Jack's Ranch today, and I'm with my daughter Sydney. She's 15.
Yay.
Home on Christmas break, and we wanted to do a little outdoor fun, and so I thought it'd be fun to try a little wildlife photography. This is kind of a fun experiment because really we're going to do what I would normally do. If I needed a photo of a deer for the paper or something like that, I'd probably come out to Jack's Ranch or somewhere else because in this core area, Jack doesn't allow hunting, and so the deer here are a little less skittish. But yet they're just they're plenty wild, so you still gotta use some skills to get up on them. And we may see some really nice deer out here. So we'll see. We got a little winter wheat field behind us, and there's an oak ridge back here. And typically, in late afternoon towards sundown, the deer will come out on this winter wheat to feed. When you're photographing wildlife, just like you're hunting them, you got to get close. You got to think about your approach and where you're going to set, how you're going to set your blind. You got to stay quiet and remain stealthy and set your blind up in a good spot. The deer, we're going to try. We want to get them, 30, 40 yards, 50 yards at the most. You get a deer out at 60 yards, and even with this big lens that we borrowed today, it's out there a ways. You want them a little closer than that. This is a 600 f4 that we borrowed from the Tulsa World. Thank you all, the Tulsa World, for letting us borrow this.
Sorry if I break it.
It's nice to be able to work in a place like that where you get to borrow this kind of equipment. And we got my Canon 5D here, but really, you can do this with lesser equipment and have just as much fun. I'll run the video camera and she'll run the still camera. And we'll have fun and see what we come up with.
Yep.
And it's getting on in the afternoon, so here we need to run down here and set up our blind and get ourselves set. The thing about setting up the double bowl or any other pop-up blind is when you get in here, you can see with Sydney now, there's this light behind her and in through. We opened up the top to get some ventilation in here because it was cooking hot when we first set up. But that's not going to hide us from the deer, so we need to close down this side a little bit. We can see deer out there, but not take pictures of them, just so we can know what's happening. This is kind of we've chosen this area to this area as our range to take photos, and the rest of this blind needs to be dark. It needs to be dark in here so the deer can't see in and see us moving around very much. And also notice where we set our lens, that lens is right at the edge of the blind. It's not sticking out of the blind. You poke something like that out of the blind, even if you wrap it in camo, they're going to see that movement. They're going to see the glass move. As long as you're just inside the blind a little bit, you're much more hidden. You still have to, it's surprising how much you have to stay still and try and stay dark. I goofed on two things today. I usually bring camouflage gloves or dark black gloves, brown gloves, and a dark hat and dark face mask. None of which I have today.
Nice.
Yeah, we're on Christmas vacation.
Yeah, true.
But we told the people, so now they know better. Do as we say, not as we do.
Yeah.
All right, I got to darken up this wire. Some wild turkeys. Deer turkeys. Right here, where were we? Look over there. Oh, yeah. See if you can turn your light. See him over there.
Can't get that far. Get that. Because I can't.
There's about 50 turkeys out here on the field. Can you see them okay?
Yeah.
I think if we sit still, they might come right in front of the blind.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 41. 41 turkeys right there. That's hilarious. So this is all young of the year. Those are the females. Those are hens, and they're young. Probably like 8 to 10 eggs in a nest. So there's at least 4 adult hens.
Mm-hmm.
And then a whole bunch of new young ones. Those close-up shots are nice.
Thank you.